Hey, I thought I would make a video actually on the way going home from the gym. A topic or a thought that I had throughout the whole session in the gym was that the things that I desire right now, the things that I want right now in this exact moment, like a genie, and I just pray for it, it suddenly appears in front of me. I wish for certain things, and my flesh wishes and desires certain things. Right now it desires love, and as I go through this walk with Christ, I realized that I needed more of Him than actually a relationship with somebody else. And every addiction that I had and still have and still struggling right now, I realized there is a core, a fear, a core desire that caused a certain addiction to come up again. The thing with lust is that we search out for love in the outdoor, throughout the world. We search for love in the world online, and that is why we go onto certain sites. That is why we go on to certain places and just hook up or do a one night stand, whatever is that we desire with lust. And I realized that at the core of this desire, at the core of this action, there is a desire of love. Maybe you didn't get the love that you wanted and needed, desperately needed as a child in your childhood when you were younger. But this is not an excuse that you just can go out there, do all that you want with the lustful things, with lustful thoughts that you have in your mind, and just go out there. No, this means you actually need a stronger relationship with the Lord. Do I fail? I fail often. Am I perfect? No, I'm not bragging that I'm perfect. I'm not bragging that I have beaten lust. I'm not bragging that I have everything figured out, that I have everything beaten, that I have every addiction beaten. No, I'm saying, and I'm sharing this because I still struggle with lust. On the outside, it could be seemingly normal, but deep down, I still sometimes struggle with lust. And that is why I need to pray more. That is why I need to go to the Bible more and just read the word out loud. Listen to preaching more often. Because I heard Philip Anthony Mitchell, the pastor from 2819 Church that you see on those reels with those legendary edits, he said a way to deal aggressively with sin, how to cut off a sin, a certain addiction, a certain way that God doesn't want and that God doesn't love, is to build an actually stronger relationship with Him. Because the more you love Him, the more you love God, the more you love Christ every single moment and want to build a relationship with Him, a stronger relationship, you will not go there anymore. You think about it. When you have a loving partner, when you have a wife or you have a girlfriend, do you actually want to go out there and cheat anyways? Do you want to go out there looking for another love when you already have the person in front of you? You are still hugging the person in front of you. You are still trying to build a relationship with the person in front of you, with your girlfriend or your wife or your boyfriend or your husband. Do you want to go out there and still do adultery stuff? Do you want to still hurt the person that you so desperately love? No. When you truly love a person, you will only see the person that is in front of you, and you don't want to hurt the person that is in front of you, that you love. Right? And that is so the analogy that you have with Christ. You have a loving relationship with Christ, and the more you and the stronger you have a relationship with Him, the more you will be cautious about things that will hurt Him. We are the brides that is waiting for a husband, the bridegroom, to someday come back into our lives, into this world on doomsday, and come for us, for the bride. And a bride doesn't go out there at the wedding cheating with somebody else in front of the bridegroom. But that is what we are doing sometimes with lust. That is sometimes the action that we take when we go out there, commit certain sins. We certainly cheat on God as a bride. But as I was saying, coming back, at every desire, at every action that you take, there is a certain fear that you have, and you need to acknowledge it and pray for it. That God is the only answer to all your fears, addictions, and problems that you have. You will realize that. But in order to realize that, you really need to think deeply about why you desire certain things, why you go for certain things, why you want certain things, why you desire certain things. As I said, I desire love, and that is why I sometimes struggle with lust. That is why sometimes I struggle with lustful thoughts, lustful actions, and lustful desires. Because I wanted love so desperately from the world. And God gave me a recognition, and God gave me wisdom that, that the love that I'm looking out there in the world, that is limited. It is, how do I say? It is a limited love. It will never fulfill me as much as the walk and the love that I will have with the Christ and the Lord. So, what is the main purpose of the video? The main purpose of this video is that at every fear and its desire that we have, there is a core desire and a core fear that we try to cope, that we try to, solve with our own strength. And we need to acknowledge that we cannot do it on our own, that we cannot beat it and fulfill that on our own. So this is a friendly reminder that you need to pray more, and you need to just acknowledge that you have a certain desire and a certain fear that you are trying to cope with anxiously, and ask God for help. Because as I said, and as the Bible says, when you pray, He will most definitely be there for help. So I know you are beating yourself up sometimes of why is this going on, of why am I doing certain stuff, why am I desiring certain stuffs that God told me to not to. But I want to tell you, as long as we are on this earth, we have our flesh. The flesh is a sin, the sinful part of us. And as we deal with this spiritual war with our flesh, there's gonna be sometimes failure. It is okay. Go back to Him. Go back to Him. Ask for help. And try again with Him. With Him. Not on your own, but with Him. And you will realize how big of a love He has for you. How big of a mercy He has for you. So remember that. And keep your head up. And ask for help. Because He will most likely help.